Namaste. In our last two sessions, we were discussing about CVP or break-even point analysis. I hope you have understood the basic concept now relating to first about variable cost, fixed cost, then the contribution margin, and then about the calculation of break-even point. We will just have a look at what is PV ratio because it is a very important calculations for any business, for any product or for any particular plan. So this is a relationship between the profit margin or a contribution margin as a percentage to revenue. So this is a relationship between the profit margin or a contribution margin as a percentage to revenue. So we relate the sales price to variable cost, we get the contribution margin and we divide it by selling price. So we now as a percentage support we are sale of 10 lakhs. What is a gross margin or what is a contribution margin? You are earning, that is the PV ratio. If sales go up from 10 lakhs to 11 lakhs and the extra 1 lakh of sales, what is the extra profit which you will earn that you get from PV ratio or contribution contribution margin ratio. Now the calculation is done like this. The basic formula the basic formula was profit is equal to sales minus total cost. But we divide the total cost into variable and fixed. And the contribution margin is a comparison between revenue and variable cost. To calculate the profit, now sales minus variable cost, you get contribution. From contribution you can deduct the fixed cost to know the profit. Now the upper part, that is from sales variable cost and contribution, can be converted on per unit basis because all these three component change as the number of units or the level of activity changes. Now this formula for profit is like this now as sales minus variable cost into Q is minus FC is profit. You can use it to calculate Q, that is projected quantity or the target quantity for certain level of profit. So now FC plus expected profit is the numerator divided by S minus VC. Getting it? Then we also discuss the break-even point analysis. I am just keeping it uses etc. We will go to formula now for calculating break-even point in unit terms. Our target is to earn fixed cost. So fixed cost is kept in the numerator. We divided it by contribution per unit. If you want to make a short form, you can say FC upon quantity per unit. Always keep in mind that fixed cost is not per unit. Fixed cost is in a total. There is no sense to have fixed cost on a unit basis. It is a total fixed cost to be revenue from certain number of units. So we divided it by contribution per unit. So that we know that how many units you need to sell to recover that much of fixed off, which is nothing but a break-even point. Now many times it is different to have for unit data as contribution per unit. We divided it by PV ratio formula. Now what is the formula of PV? What is the formula of PV ratio? this contribution upon sales. So as a percentage, what is our margin? Is our PV ratio or divided fixed cost by PV ratio to get break-even point in sales volume. Now this is the CVP, cost volume profit graph analysis. It is also called as break-even chart. Have a look at it carefully. It is very important and think all concepts will become clear. If you just look at the for few seconds, getting it? So you have got fixed cost, which is a horizontal line, not starting from zero, starting from certain level about 1 lakh in this example, then from there itself emerges as the going up, which is a total cost line, because total cost is never zero. It is zero at 0 units, it is equal to fixed cost, and then it slowly goes up in the proportion in which variable costs are increasing. Then this red line too, now as total sales, sometimes called as TR, or rather the total revenue line. It starts with 0 and it goes up at a particular point, crosses the TC, or the other total cost line. This point is nothing but break-even point, because at this point you are able to cover all your costs and earn more revenue than your cost. Every company always wants to above this level of sales. Below this level is what is known as loss area, because now your costs are more than sales. Above this level, your sales are more than cost, so you are in the profit area. Once you cross break even, every extra contribution you earn is all your profit, because fixed costs are now covered. So can go on increasing and increasing, but the loss area is actually limited. Maximum loss is equal to fixed cost at 0 point, because fixed costs are the cost which we incur irrespective of sales. So at 0 you have incurred all your fixed cost, the revenue is 0. So fixed cost is a maximum loss. From there the loss goes on decreasing, it comes to 0 at break-even point, and above this you have got profit. That's why break-even point is a very interesting and important calculation for most of the companies or for plants, because they want to at least break even getting it. Then we had discussed our illustration. Now taking from this, we will discuss one more concept. I hope you remember this illustration. Now suppose just a way, look at the illustration once again. The estimated sales given is 12,000 bikes, at which level had earned a profit of 5 lakhs. Now based on this, there is a concept called as margin of safety. Margin of safety, we know that company at 12 units by is above break even point. How much above? It is nothing but margin of safety. So we had calculated break-even point to be in terms of units at 11,400. The estimately sales are 12,000. That means 12 minus 11,400. 600 bikes more than break even. That is called as margin of safety. In units, it can also be calculated in sales terms, or it can be calculated as a percentage. So, you are able to sell 12,000 units. That means you have a margin of 600. So, 600 upon 12,000, this how much is calculated as a percentage? I will just show you the formula. Getting it? Margin of safety is equal to actual sales minus break-even sales. Either in units you can do, or you can rupees you can do. Another way of showing it is a margin of safety as a percentage. Sales minus break-even point, that is your MOS, is in bracket divided by actual sales. Just keep in mind that do not divided it by break-even point. Some students mistake the calculator. MOS divided it by break-even point, that will be also give you some answer, but that is not a margin of safety as a percentage. Getting it? Now, this represents the safety available to business at current level of sales, because everybody wants to avoid losses. So, to avoid losses, you are above certain level of state. How much you are above is the margin of safety. Now, let us try to do one simple illustration. So, Prabhadevi ornaments, they have sales of 5,000 units. Sale price is, so variable cost is 30, sale price is 50, fixed cost is 35,000. Now compute break-even point quantity amount as well as margin of safety as a percentage. So do this calculation. So how will you proceed? Firstly, you have to compare 50 and 30, because that is a primary profit we are earning. What that is known as 50 minus 30? I hope you remember that is called as a contribution per unit. So, one calculation you will do in the beginning is compute the contribution per unit. So, 1 unit you sales gives you 20 rupees. How much you have to earn maximum or minimum? You have to earn enough to cover your 35,000, because that is your fixed cost. This illustration, now suppose just I will look at this illustration once again. The estimation sales were given us 12,000 bikes. At which level I had earned as a profit of so 35,000 upon 20 is a break-even quantity. You can convert the quantity into amount by multiplying it by, so or you divide this 35,000 by PV ratio. So, how much is PV ratio? 50 minus 30. 20 is a contribution divided by, so 20 by 50. So, 40% is a PV ratio. Now, if you divided fixed cost by 40%, you will get break even amount. Now, having calculated quantity and amount, go for calculation of margin of safety. I will show you the calculations. I hope it is clear to you. 35,000 divided by 20. That means 1750 units is a break-even point. You need to sell 1750 units to recover 35,000. Now, in terms of sales volume, you will have to just calculate, first calculate PV ratio. What is 20 by? So, that means 40% 35,000 by 10% gives you 87,500 rupees. That is break-even point in terms of rupees. So, first two calculations we have done. Now, next is margin of safety. They have given a sales of, so compute margin of safety percentage. Now, so is their sales level and what you are require is only 1750. So, difference between 5,000 minus 1750 is their MOS and they convert it into percentage. Okay. So, margin of safety 5,000 minus 1750 divided by their current sales of which is 5,000. So, you get 65%. What it means is, suppose their sale of 5,000 starts falling, let us say by 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. They are still not in losses. They will have to worry because sales are dropping. But it can go up to 65% before which they can not go in losses. That is why have a margin of safety of 65%. Are you getting me? So these were the simple illustrations. Now let us go to the cases which have been shared with you. I hope you have got the printout. If not, please take the printout. You can stop this video here, take the printout and let us try to solve those cases together. Okay. So you have shared with 5 cases. Let us go one by one. Let us start with Ganesh Ji company. So Ganesh Limited is selling 3 products in brand names A, B and C. And these are the details of the cost structures. So, you know the direct material, direct labor and variable overheads, which is 8 for product A. Selling price is 35. Same way B and C. The monthly fixed cost is 4,80,000. Now, they have given the sales volume for 2 months, July and August. So, 2 sales mixes are given in July. It is same 20, 20 and 20,000. First, so 35,000 upon 20 is a break-even quantity. You can convert the quantity into amount by multiplying by. So, are you divide these 35,000 by PV ratio. So, how much is PV ratio? 50 minus 30. 20 is a contribution. ABC, and in August it is something different. Now we have to do two things. So for both the months July and August, calculate the projects of the company. And if your calculations bring out that higher project are earned in the month of lower value, kindly justify. So think over why it is possible. Is it possible that lesser sales and more profits? And second, in part B, sales mix of each month is considered as two sales mixes. Say mix X19, mix X2. Compute the break-even point for each mix and which of the two mix do you recommended. So these two minus are treated as two sales plans, and then we have to calculate it. Which plan do you recommended? Okay, I hope you are getting it. So now how will you get ahead? Just think over. I think most of you know by now that is the first step is calculating the contribution per unit. We know sales price, we know the variable cost. So compute the contribution. Based on contribution, you can also compute the PV ratio for all the three products. Now you know the number of units sold in the month of July. So contribution for number of units will give you total contribution for July and for August separately. From that deducted the fixed cost. Contribution minus fixed cost gives you the proper import. You have been asked to calculate monthly profits. So that is the first thing you do it. And then we will discuss as to which month has more profits. You can just see that in the month of July, the total sales are 20 plus. 20 plus 20 means 60,000. And in the month of August, their sales have slightly gone down. So let us see which month gives you more profits. Okay. So I am trying to show it in the Excel. But you try to do it in your own notebook. These are the 3 months. These are the 3 months. Firstly, make a statement of contribution and for PV ratio. So, please make 4 columns. Particulars A, B, C. We start with sale price, which is 36, 35 and 58. From that, dedicate variable cost per unit for each of the 3 products. I hope you are doing it with me. So please write down the elements of variable cost, which is the direct to material, direct to labor, variable overheads, which gives us variable cost per unit. So you have got 8 and 9. So take these figures here, fine. You are getting it? So 8 plus 9 means variable cost per unit is 25. Selling price is 36. Variable cost is 25. So contribution per unit is 11. So from 1 unit of your company is able to make contribution margin of 11, and as a percentage it is 0.306. So 11 upon 36 will give you this ratio known as PV ratio. Now in the same manner take the data for product to B. Which is 14, 8 and 20. Please compute the variable cost, the total variable cost and PV ratio. So how much have you got? Are you getting a contribution of 12? Just have a look at the solution. Total variable cost is 42. 54 minus 42 means 12 rupees is a contribution, and PV ratio is a 0.22. Got it? Now do it for product C. I think I do not have to show the solution. You can do it for C. Are you getting contribution of 4 rupees and 0.069 is the PV ratio. Please keep in mind, for any case involving CVP analysis of marginal costing, the starting point will be calculation of contribution per unit. Sometimes you know for unit. If you do not know, you are calculate the PV ratio for that type of units, or for that line of activity, what is a margin company is able to earn. This calculation is a starting point. This is the first compulsory calculation. Now based on this, let us make the calculation of monthly profits. So please make a monthly profitability statement. For July, now we know the selling price, we know the number of units, so you can easily calculate the sales. You know the contribution per unit also from the contribution chart. Apply those data and calculation profit from each of the 3 products. That will become the total profit for the month of July. Are you able to do it? So 11 is a profit or contribution per unit into 20,000. That means 2 lakhs, that is 22 lakhs is a contribution. Now there is no point in directing fixed cost because you do not now separately fixed cost for a. But if you complete it for the whole company, 50, 220 here, 440 for B and 80,000 for C. That means for a company as a whole, they are able to earn a contribution of 5,40,000 from a sale of 2,96,000. From this is deducted fixed cost of 4,80,000. Now 540 minus 480. You get a profit of 60,000. Are you getting it? Okay. I hope you have calculated the profit for July. Now, continue the same process, calculate the profitability for August. Again, you know the selling price and contribution. Actually, you do not have to calculate the total sales. They do not play much role. What we really want is called total contribution and deduct it from fixed cost. Fixed cost is not going to change. So, what is really going to change profit is a contribution earned in the month of August, 50. Please compute the contribution 11 per unit into 35,000 units. So, 3,85,000 for A, getting it 192 for B and 20,000 for C. So, total is 597. So, you can compare in the month of July, it was 540. Now, the contribution has increased to 597. Deducted fixed cost of 480. You can see that the profit is now 1,17,000. So, the fixed part of question was make a monthly profitability statement and compare the profit of July and August. All are able to do it. Now, you will be surprised that profit has almost doubled from 60,000 to 119. But the number of units have dropped from 60,000 to 56,000. But profit has doubled. How was the magic possible? This magic was possible because they have changed the sales mix. Earlier sales mix was 1:1:1 between A, B, C. Now they have comprised much more. On A it is 35,000, 16,000 to 5,000, and we are available to double the profit. The question was find monthly profits, and if your calculations brings out higher profits, kindly justify the findings. So, how will you to be able to justify it? Can you give any reasoning for more profits in August? Yes, the reason is because of better sales mix in the month of August. Why this sales mix is superior to sales mix of July? Because if you compare the three products, A is much better than B or C, and they have increased the sales of A while have cut down the sale of C. That is how they have increased their contribution, fixed cost. Anyway, it does not change, which is 480. So, any incremental contribution directly goes to profit. So, they could nearly double their profit. Are you getting it? So, next time we will continue with the second part of the question. Namaste. Thank you.